So we're gonna try to, I guess we're gonna just finally bite the bullet and take these dang carbs off here and see what is going on. So buckle up, friends of the Project Z channel, because we're about to get into it.
Yeah.
All right, folks, hi. We're back. We've had a little bit of a break. It's been about 1,000 degrees every day here in Kansas. We do have a little AC here in our garage, but you know, it does its best, but it's been very swampy.
Yeah.
Has it not?
It's been quite swampy.
Yeah, our 10-day forecast right now, every single day but one is in the triple digits, and that one off day is, they're calling for 98. So anyway, we're back here. We're going to mess with these carburetors now. I have been lucky to get on this collector Z car forum online. The people there, Classic Z forum, have been very helpful and give me some ideas about what's up with these goofy carburetors. And we're going to mess with them today. The consensus seems to be this butterfly valve, and this one appears to not be moving like it ought to, and it may be stuck in a partially open position, causing these weirdo lack of balance that we got going on here. So we're going to get into that and take these dash pots off the top and see if we can see that butterfly down in there and go from there. Let's try this one, bud. It's got a smaller tip. Here, let me get this in. Okay, and there's 3 screws that hold those on there, and you got to be careful with them. I've had these off once before. Yeah, that screwdriver's been damaged a little bit. It still does the job, primarily.
Is it magnetic?
I might have a little magnetism to it, but I'm not sure. It's a legit question.
Nope, it does not.
Okay.
Nope.
And we don't want to mix these up because, like I say, these things are individually machined, and the piston in one might not go up and down so nice in the chamber of the other one. So, yeah, whatever you do, don't drop those screws. Hey, here we are. All right. Okay, one more. On the other side. These are what they call the 3-screw round-the-top carburetors. There's a bunch of different ones, and I guess some of them have different numbers of screws. Some of them have a flatter top on them. Some of them are shaped like a bottle like this, but this part is less rounded, it's flat. So, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Now we can.
pull it straight up off of there.
Whoa.
Yep. There's a big giant spring in here.
I expect that.
That's clean. Like,
Well, I actually had these apart a few weeks ago, and I cleaned those. So this is the front one. We're going to keep this over here. Now what else you got in here is this is the piston.
Yep.
It goes up and down
That's the jet.
with the needle. The jet is right there. So,
The butterfly
I'm gonna
valve.
put this over here.
I can see it.
yeah.
I can see the valve.
So,
It does look a little crooked.
right. Well, we're going to mess with it. Here, I'm going to show you something here. Here's the principle of how these things work. So, fuel gets pumped up through here.
Mm-hmm.
You know this little float bowl, this fills up, it's got a little float that fills it up so keeps a steady supply of gas in there, and then it shuts it off when it's full. And that comes through here, and there's a gas down here. Well, this engine creates all this suction going up and down, and that creates a vacuum which sucks all this air through here.
Like this.
Now when air, well that's not what this is, that's just ventilation for gas fumes to burn off. It comes through here. It gets sucked through there, and then all that pressure or all that vacuum creates a low pressure zone, and when you have low pressure, it brings this gasoline gets sucked up in there and gets vaporized through this little jet, gets mixed with the air, and then injected directly into the engine where it burns. So then you raise this up, you get more gas, because
It's letting more through here.
it's letting more fuel in through that jet because this needle is actually skinnier there and fatter here.
What if you
So
let
it's
him-
fatter when when the pedal is.
So, like-
you're not hitting the pedal. You hit the pedal. This goes up and makes that hole bigger.
It's a little bit like a cork.
It's like a cork. Exactly how it's like fatter at the, or like
Yeah.
the grate in the
Yeah.
bathtub.
So you put it in, and then it goes because it's pushing against the sides,
Hey, Dad.
and just holds in with friction.
How? What if it went so high it popped off the cap?
Well, it
And
can't
they
do
thought
that
of
because
this
it's
stuff
screwed
a
up.
really, really long time ago.
It doesn't have that much travel to it. Good question.
And they thought of this like
I would say these specific carburetors were designed like in the 30s or something.
it was still a pretty long
A
time.
long time ago. And I mean, the original carburetor was designed decades and decades before that.
Yeah.
In the 19th century. So, where'd that screwdriver go?
It's right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these up. I need to take them off.
Okay.
You got it?
Let's take this.
Watch for the spring. Yeah, watch for the spring. Okay. How about it? Yeah. This is the back one. Okay. Go ahead and pull the piston up out of there. There it is. Be super careful that you don't bend this.
Super fine needle.
The needle, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and put the battery charger for real quick. Might as well have it on while we're in here working. Okay.
You might need a flashlight. You can see it in the back there. There's like a bar that
Yeah.
goes across, and two little metal flaps like above it.
We're both in the same position.
There's a system.
See, this is the choke.
Yeah.
Opens it a little bit.
It opens it up a little bit to like more gas.
That's more. Yeah. It shuts the air, chokes the air off.
Yeah. So,
So
the
that
more
you get-
gas gets
So you
burned.
get more gas. You got it, exactly.
More gas goes
This
in. So it's,
This one is not doing nothing though.
oh, that's why it's wrong.
So, well. Okay,
So, like,
well, let's see why it's not. Now, this side, press on this.
This one's working like normal.
Now, look, okay. All right, now here's the thing. When we pull the choke, this one, you can see what happens. This lever moves this lever, and then this pulls up on that and opens the choke a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And when we do it on this side, it's not even touching that.
It's not even. Oh.
It's not even touching this lever right here.
So it looks like.
Why is that, you think? That's a good question. See, the choke doesn't really move it that much either. This one. It doesn't move it at all. So, why isn't this touching that? Is it an adjustment issue? How do you adjust this? Like even if you mash it all the way down, it's still not even touching. It's barely touching that.
Yeah, just like.
So which part?
Taps it gently.
So which part of this is out of alignment? That's the question. Well, it's the thing is, someone has Frankensteined this stuff together. They took
These are apparently not the original carbs.
these are earlier carbs, and I say a lot of people think these carbs are better, and that's why they swapped them. Although some people who are fans of the original carbs, that they appear to be in the minority in the Z car community. And I say this is all news to me. I've worked on lots and lots of weird old cars over the years, but this one's throwing me some curveballs. All right, well, as has been suggested by some people in the forum I'm on, they pointed out that when you pull the choke cable on this side, you can get the jet goes down, burp, and the you can see back here, whoop, this little guy right there.
Springs up a little bit.
Yeah, it comes up and touches that, and it moves the butterfly valve inside there a little bit. And if you come on this side, you can see you pull the choke, and oh, there's the jet, just fine.
But
But
the
then-
actual little thing here,
Yeah.
it's not moving at all.
It's not touching it. Is there a way to adjust this without just like bending stuff? Is it? I would say that maybe it was because it seems like it's contacting right here, this guy. Oop, but it's still. Oop, but it does that on the other side too.
And
It
that's
actually
not a
hits
problem
this
for
and then
side.
swings out, and then all moves. So, what am I missing here? Is this not swinging back enough? If anybody has any ideas about how to adjust this thing back here so that it actually kicks that like it's supposed to, I would sure be glad to hear it. Alright, while we're at this here, I want to show Nash something.
Yeah.
This is how you adjust the jets in this. Like,
Oh,
on the bottom here, there's this big round thumb wheel. And
You
if
literally use your thumb to turn.
well, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's lubed up now. So, now look at this. Now see, I brought the jet up all
So
the
it's
way
gonna
to where it's
let less gas.
flat in there.
It's gonna let less gas.
There. Now it's like almost completely flat. And now they want you to turn this down about 2 turns to start like dialing your
Oh, I see.
tuning in. So full turns. So you gotta like feel here on the bottom of this big wheel. Where's it at now? And do it 2 turns counterclockwise. So
You're going clockwise.
no, this is counterclockwise from below.
Oh, from below. I
Mhm.
thought you meant like from the angle you're at.
No, you have to do it like you're underneath it looking at it.
Oh, I see.
Yep. That's one of the things that gets you when you're working on automotive stuff. You have to remember where you're at. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that's about 2 turns down there. That should be where we start. I had it way down below that the last time I was running it. So, okay. And then on this side, let's go ahead and dial this one back up. This one looks cruddier than the other one.
Kinda does.
That,
Yeah.
that jet is not looking very clean. Well, let's just bring it up here to flush with the deck there. And then we'll hit it with a little cleaner while we got it open up. That's about right. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Where'd that can of carb cleaner go? I don't know why. Hey, this one looks a lot shinier. This one's
That one looks kind of brown.
it's cruddier. For sure. Break up some of that crud. Oh, that's a little better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little better.
It's
Yeah, that's a lot better.
It's a lot better. Yeah, this carburetor cleaner stuff is pretty good solvent. Well, what are we going to do about this? I'm going to have to, I guess, go back and talk to the Z nerds and see what they have to say about it. I guess let's go ahead and dial this one down 2 turns.
Yeah.
Like under the entire
And
engine.
here's the front carb inside. And here's the rear carb inside. Go ahead and
Looks like it's moving that. It's moving. Oh, that springs.
And then here's what happens when we pull the choke. See that? But on this side, got nada.
I see this moving.
Yeah, some parts of it are moving, but not all the parts we want. All right, I've taken these apart and put them back together, and taken them apart and put them back together. And it's just when I start the engine, this one opens a little bit, you know, by the vacuum draw from the engine there, when this one opens a lot. So I'm gonna fire up the car now, and hopefully it won't shake my camera right off of it when I do, but watch this versus this. And mind you, the throttle screws here are backed completely out. This one is. So it's not doing this throttle screw back here is not doing anything. It's all the way out. So this should be, you know, not going crazy, but watch this. So that's my question, is why is this carb working like normal, but this one, whenever I turn the engine on, it opens up like almost an inch, when this one only opens up just barely enough to put the tip of my finger in there. I cannot figure it out. Also, one of you guys told me to unhook this spring that was attached. This is, you know, as we've discussed before, this has all been Frankenstein. So this spring right here was attached up to here, and one of you guys on here told me to unhook that, but if I unhook that, then this thing just flops around loose and doesn't do anything. You see what I mean? Sorry about that. Yeah, so I think that has to be, you know, I think there has to be a spring there. So if you guys can give me a hint, this is really driving me up the wall, and I'm starting to lose my faith just a little bit. This doesn't seem like this should be this complicated, and I know in fact that it's not this complicated. What am I missing? Can someone please help me? Yes, by the way, I just adjusted the jets in the bottom of these to where they were even with the deck, and then taken down 2 full revolutions, and this is where I'm at. Hey, we're back in the garage after several weeks. It has been like insanely hot, 100 degrees literally every day.
But it's cooled down. It's like 72 in here now. So.
Yeah, we finally got a little bit of rain here.
Super nice.
And yeah, and
we're ready to do some work on it again.
We're ready to do some work on it again. So we're gonna try to, I guess we're gonna just finally bite the bullet and take these dang carbs off here and see what is going on. So buckle up, friends of the Project Z channel, because we're about to get into it. All right, well, Nash and I have just now
got this carburetor
Nash and I have just now taken this front carb off. It's been giving us trouble. A while back, I happened to notice right here, point to where that is. You see where that?
Right there.
Right there.
Brown dot.
There's a little dot there. Can I get a good angle on that?
That's not.
That nail comes right through there, and
look.
Now, hold on. Yeah.
It doesn't close.
It doesn't close all the way. So now pull that nail out of there.
See if I can get it.
Can you get a hold of it? I pulled it out before and I stuck it back in because I wasn't sure if it was
important or not.
If like maybe it was blocking off a port or something.
Usually, if you get something from the factory and something's in there, it should be important.
Yeah, well, I knew that wasn't factory because it's clearly a nail that's been broken. Want to go?
No.
Here, hold the camera. Here, hold it to where you can see the nail in there. There. I shot it out. Now it'll close all the way. So what is that? What is this hole for? right up
little
in
hole
there.
there.
What is this hole for that comes out to here on the outside body of the carb? That's what I'm curious about. And get the camera over here in the light. And was that what was causing our issue? Is that this carb was just not closing all the way? Because I took that thing out before when messing with this, and it didn't seem to make a difference. But
Yeah.
it seems like it must have. So any of you guys on the forum who are watching this can help us out with that. We'd sure be glad to know.
It's crazy.
All right, well, we got both these carbs off. Nash has the left-hand one, which has this weird little hole.
Right in the
Here,
top.
turn it around so we can get it in the light there. It has this little hole that
the
there was
top.
a nail was stuck through
Sticking
there.
through there.
That was preventing this butterfly from shutting all the way. Now, this one does not have such a hole.
And it has
But
writing on the side
but
that
someone-
says inject grease.
Yeah, someone has scratched on there with a
Like a,
with a little marker,
Yeah.
vibrating marker thing for marked metal.
like,
Look at that, an engraver.
the
That's
thing
the word
is-
I'm looking for. Someone has engraved inject grease on both of these.
wait, on the other
Well,
side.
I'm going to assume that means put a little grease in here for this, right?
Oh, yeah, that makes
But
sense.
doesn't
But
say
this
that-
one doesn't say
It
it.
doesn't say on that one. And this one has that weird hole.
Wait, it does.
What? Oh,
does.
someone does. Look at that.
It says inject grease.
Well, that's super weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that came from, but it is it's a mystery. So
That's very strange.
we're gonna stop for now.
I gotta go pick up Moses.
Got to pick up Mosey, the little brother, and I'm going to put this video together, and post it, and hopefully some of our friends from the Classic Z Car forum can give us some opinions on it, and maybe we can get this thing back together and running in a reasonable manner. What do you think of that, kid?
Yeah.
And we are having a Nash and Moses have had a lemonade stand the last several years, and this will be the 3rd annual. And this year we're doing it on August 6th to raise money for Project Z. And hopefully by then, maybe we can get these carbs back on there running in some reasonable fashion. We'll have the car sitting out for all of our visitors, right?
Yeah.
All right. So until next time,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.